Greetings, beloveds. Beloveds, you make these choices to indulge in the shadow. You make these choices to say, I will hold on to this. I will allow myself to believe that this must be judged and this must be criticized. And I must judge and criticize this aspect of my beingness. And oh, look, I believe that I am this body and this body is not the way that I want it to be. And as Yeshua says, the golden coins that I have been collecting have been diminishing. And what am I to do about my relationship with this person or that person? And this person is expressing jealousy, and that seems unfounded. But yet, here are the three things that I am jealous of. Beloveds, understand that everything, every cycle, every decision, every moment that you are experiencing, you have chosen. You have said, I must know what it is like to feel this way. But before I do that, let me forget that I have made that choice. So you bury it deeply within the subconscious. But believe me, beloveds, when I say to you that your soul is conscious of every moment of your existence, what you think is buried in even the unconscious is conscious to an aspect of your beingness. So what we are asking you to do, beloved ones, is to allow yourself to remember. The phrase that is constantly repeated to us on a grace is remember, remember, remember. And yet there will be moments where she will purposely choose to allow herself to forget. Towards what end, you must ask yourself, beloveds, towards what end have you said, no, instead of choosing the light today, I will choose the darkness. What does this afford you, beloved? We want you to not judge yourself for these choices, for what this does is this adds to the phenomenal symphony that conscious existence is. When you make the choice and you say, I will do this instead, no one is punishing this aspect of you. No one is saying, you have screwed that up. Go back to the end of the line. Even for those, beloveds, understand, even for those who make the choice to take their own lives, please understand that that was planned. That was part of their soul journey. They have said, I'm going to go into this lifetime and I'm going to allow myself to suffer such severe depression that I decide that I must end my existence. It is merely a choice that is made. And what is it that we know? All events are, say it with me, neutral. All events are neutral. What is the concern, beloveds, is where you allow yourself to judge what has happened. You judge yourself, you judge others, you believe that things should be other than the way that they are, or other than the way that they are. What if instead you said, I have been told that all events are neutral. What would it be like to experience this from a position, from a consciousness of neutrality? See, beloveds, when we recommend that you meditate, it is to bring you into the frequency of stillness so that when the tide comes, when the tsunami comes, when the wave comes, when the earthquake comes, when the volcano erupts, you can say, I'm going to experience this as a neutral event, as the lava reaches its way up your body and turns you into cinder and ash. As you find the wave coming towards you and you are sinking into the water and you are drowned. Beloveds, these are just experiences that you have chosen. You have said, I want to know what it is to be other than a Christed being. And we are saying, would you give us 5 minutes of your precious time-space continuum to remember what it is to be a Christed being? Do you know why only 5 minutes is necessary, beloved? Because time does not exist. But when you allow yourself to match the frequency of that incredible peace, of that sense of there is no past, there is no present, there is no future, there is no up, there is no down, there is no in, there is no out, there is only the pure essence of beingness. When you allow yourself to have that, it sends a shock wave, if you will, out into every aspect of your beingness, of what you have chosen to experience as the very makeup of your existence. And each being, it is like hearing a bell and it remembers, yes, I am a Christed being. And it takes no more than 5 minutes of that presence. And then if you want extra credit, beloveds, you could ask, what is it that I may bless? And you will be presented with situation after situation that you have tucked away inside of your akash, shall we say, to keep as a canned good. I will feast upon this later. Beloveds, you have prepared yourselves to have a lifetime of these journeys and these circumstances. But know that it is always your choice. And at any moment you may say, I am opening myself up. I am allowing myself to remember, and I am being willing to be present to all circumstances. I am willing to bring the very essence and the love of God. There is nothing that I will allow myself to love more than I love God. And then you are suddenly whooshed into a continuum where all that exists is love. So we should like to remind you, beloved ones, that the choice is always yours. We love you regardless. We love you unconditionally. We love you in the only way that we can. And what we are asking you to do, beloveds, is to love yourself in the same manner and in the same fashion. Think of the children that you have and how preciously you love them. Understand that this is how God looks upon you. He cannot do anything except love you. So you go with our blessings, beloved ones. You go with our love. Speak to us, talk to us, ask us for guidance. We are so delighted to help you. Our focus and our attention is upon you experiencing the love that we have for you. We look for ways to inspire you. Have conversations with us, beloveds. We are those voices that exist within. And let them not be overshadowed by the fear that the ego will bring forth. Don't listen to that. That does not make sense. Beloveds, we challenge you to listen to that voice that lives within you, that is indeed the voice of love and indeed the voice of reason. You go with our blessings always. I love you. I always have, and indeed, I always will. Greetings and salutations, beloveds. We will speak again.